Nate with another Backcountry beer review. Today I'm freezing my butt off, snowshoeing at the top of San Antonio Mountain, which is a beautiful 2,000 foot prominence peak. I'm not there yet, but I'm at the arguably cooler San Antonio benchmark, which is less than a mile away and less than 100 vertical feet. But like I said, it's supposed to have the far better view out of the two, and that it does. I mean, it's a beautiful view to the east, sweeping around the south, to the west, east, southwest, and there's a cool cabin on the top, which is pretty neat. No electronic equipment, which there will be at San Antonio Mountain, so really cool. The beer I'm reviewing today is by Novo Brewing Company, and I've reviewed Novo Brewing before, and I can't remember if I mentioned in that episode, but they were originally founded in Portland, Oregon, and since then they've opened up a new location. This was several years ago in the owner and head brewer's hometown of Corrales, New Mexico, which is a small village that's a little bit north of Albuquerque. Nowadays it's kind of a suburb since the city has grown so much, but this is their where the mild things are, English style mild. I love English style beer. You know, I have to say that I don't really want to say fighting words for other countries, but you know, I love German beer, I love Belgian beer, but English beer is probably my favorite overall style. I just think the English people have figured it out. And obviously, this comes from New Mexico, so it's not English, but it is English style. And the back of the can says a dark English style mild ale, let the wild rumpus start, illustrated by our very own Steve-O Jeter. So obviously where the mild things are, a play on the famous children's book, Where the Wild Things Are. I'm excited to open up. I was debating opening it up at San Antonio Mountain, but this snow is so deep and it's not packed down at all, and even with snowshoes I'm falling basically up to my waist every time I take a step. So my goal now is just to lighten up my pack as much as possible before hiking the rest of the distance to San Antonio Mountain. Hey, cheers! It is time for a sip. I'm gonna have to be a little fast with this review. It is cold and I don't want my camera to freeze up just sitting there on a tripod. As far as the beer goes, it's great. I mean, it's an English style beer, and it just has that je ne sais quoi that a lot of English style beers do. That it's the malt and the hop profile that just come together to create this delicious, just a flavor profile that's just hard to describe with words. You have the herbal nature from the hops and the slight bitterness, but obviously being an English mild, this is not too bitter, but you still got that hint of it. You get the sweet caramel, toffee, treacle, butterscotch. I'm getting butterscotch. Like, this beer to me, it's not sweet, but it's definitely off dry to me. And all these notes together combine to be very reminiscent to me of those Mary Jane candies, if you ever had those. Maybe your grandma had them, or maybe you got them at Halloween. Now, also within this malt and hop profile that's so typical of the English style, I'm getting a little bit of accentuation that I assume is coming from the yeast. I'm picking it up as a little bit of white pepper, just that like dull kind of tickle your sinuses spice that you tend to get in these classic traditional style beers. I'm going to pretend that rather than being on the top of a freezing mountain, I am in a dark, warm, fire-lit English pub enjoying this delicious beer. So, cheers, mates. Have a backcountry beer for me. I'm so sorry to all the English people who just had to hear me say that. Also want to shout out Beer Brackets for doing their awesome English beer series. I should say British beer series. I know that by the time this video airs, they'll probably be done with it, but you should definitely check it out if you want to learn a lot of cool, interesting things about English and British style